Hello students, welcome to Computer Applications class. This is Madhavi. Today we are going to learn about the second part of the first unit, that is Principles of Object-Oriented Programming. Okay, before entering into the topic, first let me tell you about some keywords. Okay, what is a program? What is a programming language? Okay, first we will see about what is a program. A program is a set of instructions written to solve a particular problem. Okay, then what is a programming language? The language used to write a program is called a programming language. Okay, students, you know many kinds of programming languages, right? You'll be knowing this C, C++, Java. These are all different kinds of programming languages. As we have English language, generally we used to speak in English, right? So English will have the grammar. Grammar means some rules and regulations in order to talk or write, like that. In the same way, a programming language also has its own set of rules to follow in order to write a particular program. Is it clear? What is a program? What is a programming language? Okay. Next one, high-level languages. Okay. High-level languages are the languages which were written in English words or English phrases. Okay. These languages were not directly understood by the computer. So, a language translator is required in order to convert the high-level language into a machine language. Okay, why we need to convert in a high-level language into machine language? Because the computer understands only one language. That language is called as a machine language. Here we have the categories of high-level languages. The first one is structure-oriented language, and the second one is procedure-oriented language, and the third one is object-oriented language. Okay. First, we will see in detail about structure-oriented language. Structure-oriented language. What is a structure-oriented language? It is a programming paradigm or model aimed at improving the clarity, quality, and development time of a computer program by using three structures. What are those three structures? Decision control structure, sequential structures, and the third one is looping structures. Okay, what is a decision control structure? Decision control structure. See, for example, if you want to find whether a person is eligible for vote or not, in that case, what you will check? His age, right? So, if his age is greater than 18, then that person is eligible for vote. Otherwise, he is not eligible for vote. Here, based on the condition, we can decide which group of statements will be executed. Okay. Here we are taking a decision whether to execute the first group of statements or the second group of statements based on a particular condition. So this kind of structure is called as decision control structure. Next one is sequence structure. Sequence structure means a statement will be written followed by another statement will be written followed by another statement. So during the execution it follows step by step. One statement followed by another, then followed by another. These kind of structure, it is called as a sequential structure. Next one is looping. Looping means repeating a group of statements for a particular number of times. This is called as looping control structures. Okay, structure oriented program. It consists of a very clear program the program written in structure-oriented programming, it's very clear and it follows three structures. Either of the three structures, that is maybe it is decision, sequence or looping. And the examples of structure-oriented languages are ALGOL, Pascal, Ada, etc. And the next one is procedure-oriented programming languages. Procedure-oriented programming. What is a procedure-oriented programming? Procedure-oriented programming, it consists of a list of instructions for the computer to follow. And these instructions, they are organized into groups called as functions. Each function will be performing a different task. And each function will be having its own data. That data is called as local data. In procedure-oriented programming, all the functions will be sharing the global data. So the data moves more openly and freely around the entire program from one function to another function. If we see this example, here the main program is divided into two functions, function 1 and function 2. Again, the function 1, the task is subdivided into two parts, that is function 3 and function 4. Again, the function 3 is divided into one more function called as function 6. Here function 6 is calling function 4, and here if we come to the right hand side, function 2 is divided into one function, that is function 5. And again this function 5 is divided into two more functions, function 7 and function 8. So the entire problem is divided into subparts so that it is easy to solve a particular problem. But here the data, that is the global data. The global data means it is a data which is shared by all the functions. It is moving freely from one function to another. So here there is no security in that data. Data is not secured. Here we are concentrating only on how the task should be accomplished, how the task to be done. Okay, we are not concentrating on the data. So data security is not there in the procedure oriented programming. Here we are giving importance only on the function. That is only on the functions and how to perform a particular task. Functions share the global data and the data will be moving from one function to another. And this procedure oriented programming, it follows a top-down approach. Okay, that's why this main program, it is divided into sub-functions, and again the sub-function is divided into one more sub-function. It follows a hierarchy from top to bottom. So this is called as procedure oriented programming. Okay, and it has its limitations, like the main drawback is data security is not there in procedure oriented programming. So it is not suitable to solve complex problems in real situations. And also many examples of procedure oriented programming are C language. Okay, C language is an example of procedure oriented programming. BASIC, COBOL, Fortran. Till now, why C language is being used means in many of the applications data security is not required. In such situations or in those situations, we can go through the procedure oriented programming languages like C. Okay, this is all about the procedure